Stream starting. Hello guys, welcome back. My name's Mike, aka Decimal Punt, and we are back in the Unreal Engine. Version is 5.2.1, and this is my group project for university, a top-down Space Invaders style game. Do a quick recap. I'll just show you what we've got so far. If I just load up the map, narrative is where it's all going to start. So have a nice sequence, little narrative. And then we've got the menus. Users can set up their settings. High scores is what I'm going to be working on today. And then we've got the new game. We've got 3 power-ups in the game at the moment. So you've got a multi-shot, you've got piercing attack, and you've got a bomb. So you get that one, you get 10 seconds of multi-shot. That's the piercing one. It's not yet programmed, but it's in there. One of the what are the chances of that? So yeah, it's got quite a lot in there. Need to add in a visual effects for the bomb. I feel the drop rate's a little bit OP. It's 25% chance to drop an item on killing an enemy, but that can be balanced. I would like to try and get a visual effects actually for the bomb. I think that'd be really cool. So I'll slow down the movement of the power-up drops. And what I need to do is make it so the projectile can pass through the power-ups. Bro. So that's the UI. So if I just killed like 4 enemies and then killed them all, it should say the score was 1,000. Boom. So I was struggling with this last night. The code to me didn't look like there was any errors with it, but for some reason the way this UI display was coded, I tried 3 different methods and none of them were doing what I needed it to do. So what I did was I opted for, if I just show you, I just opted for these variables on the player character. So we basically say the wave score is going to be that, and I think if I go on to I think it was on the enemy blueprint. What I've done is I had a separate bit of code. So this first section here, the top yellow one, what that does is that adds to the cumulative score for the player. And then what I did separately was have wave specific. So if the current wave is 1, then we add to wave 1 score. If it's wave 2, we add to wave 2 score. So that way I have the total score separate to the individual score, because I think it's nice to see what you got in terms of time and score for each specific wave, instead of just giving because during the gameplay the HUD displays the time and the score all the time, so it's nice to know the wave specific data. So that's how I got around the issue I was having in the UI last night, which was really frustrating, because I must have spent about 3 hours trying different methods in the code, and none of them were yielding the results I needed. So what I need to do, if I just go on to the bomb quickly, power up bomb, so collision explosion, destroys any enemies, adds to the player score. Destroy component and then destroy actor. So basically what I'll do here is I will create a visual effects, and then this middle line of code will add in the visual effects, will like spawn the visual effects or enable it. So it creates this cool explosion type look. So that one can be done. I should be able to do that this stream. But what I need to do at the moment, guys, is sort out the time. So in the event graph, the wave score is here. So what I need to do is I need to have a variable for the wave start time. So basically when the player clicks continue, what we would do is we would set that variable to 0, and then on tick we would kind of get that that time and do the maths. So I'm not sure if I've got an on tick. I don't think I do. So we've got an event construct. So it's like each time the player clicks continue, we would set that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a float. So what we're doing here, guys, we're finalizing the UI. So at the moment, the wave clear specific data correctly displays, but we need to add in the, we need to sort the time out, because at the moment, we're not getting the, the breakdown of the time for wave specific time. So what we're going to do is we're going to bear with me. Right, we're going to make a time, and we're going to call this I think we're going to call this wave start. So wave start time is going to be a float, and the default value is going to be 0. Okay, so in the event construct, I'm just wondering if that should be I'm just wondering if that's in the right place actually. Bear with me, I'm just trying to think if that's in the right place, because it might be better to have that on the player, because then we can say, yeah, I think actually I'm going to do that on the player. Let me get rid of that, wave start time. We'll go to the player and we'll have wave start time as a float variable under the player. And then we'll say, I don't know if I've got an event tick. Left shift, actor overlap, spacebar, projectile. No, we don't. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to have an event tick, and we will basically have a branch and say we'll get that. If current wave equals 1, so if the current wave equals 1, we get the wave start time and we add the delta time. I mean, technically that should be the same thing. Let me just double check this. Okay, yeah, they're both the same. So what we can do, we can plug that in. We add so the wave start time starts at 0, remember guys. Okay, so we're saying if the current wave equals 1, get the delta seconds, add it to wave start time. But like the thing with this is, technically we don't need to do this for the first one, because for the first wave, the time from starting the game to the end of the first wave, it's going to be the same time as the thing. So technically we only need to have this if wave 2, because wave 1's time is going to be the same time as the global time. So if I just have this as if the current wave is 2, get wave start time, add the delta seconds, and then we're going to set no, that's not right. 1 second. I don't think we actually need to have that there. We don't need to have that there, guys, because doing this on event tick, it's going to be adding to that float constantly. What we want to do, it's going to be at the point where the player clicks continue. So at that point, we set the wave, and then you want to say set the current wave. I think I should be doing it in there actually. Yeah, it makes more sense to do it in there. Right, let's get rid of that. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea to do that there. Because it's going to be at the point that the player clicks, when the player clicks continue, at that very stage, that's going to be the point that we get that. So when we click continue, we say there on the next wave, and then I guess at that point, I guess we don't even need this because it's always going to be after clicking continues, get the wave start time. I don't even need to have the Boolean check for the what wave it is. It doesn't matter what wave number it is. What matters is we're basically at the point they click start, we're going to, as a one-off instance, get the current time at the point they click continue and store that as the wave start time. And then when this is constructed, we'll be able to do the maths and see how long they took. And I've got a hotkey in place, cheat mode if you like, to kill all the enemies just for play testing. So what I will do, I'm just going to shorten this actually. Let's bring that back. Okay, so we're going to get wave start time, get delta time, and we're going to set wave start time. So that will go into there, that will go into there. And we're going to basically add those two together. So add, get the delta time, no, hold on a minute. just going through my head with this code, guys. Hold on 1 second. What am I thinking here? Right, so we're getting the delta time. We're setting the start time at the moment they click continue. So I shouldn't need to add the existing wave time with the delta time to set the wave time. That's going to be wrong. It's just going to be get the delta time and set it to whatever that is. And then it will stay like that. So when the player clicks continue, we say that they're on the next wave, and then when they're on the next wave, straight after that, we're setting the wave start time to whatever the delta start time is when they click the continue button to go on to the next wave. So then when it comes to the calculation of how long the wave took them, we can then say you took 1 minute to do this wave. So we'll do the maths where we get the delta time, we deduct the wave start time, and then we should be able to calculate what? Get delta seconds. Well, delta seconds, sorry. What a numpty. That's what we want. That's what we want, baby. Get the world data seconds. I like my code being nice and tidy, guys. Tidy code. Housekeeping. Okay. Right, so that should be done there. So now if I go into the time, so we have total time. Right, so the time isn't going to be anything to do with this, really. It doesn't matter what the wave is, because the total time here, this is constant. This isn't an unchanged variable. We're not affecting those ones. But in the time, all we need to do here is simply say get the wave start time and deduct the what's it from the what's it. So for the very first wave, right, so if I unplug that, I can actually unplug these, and then we can say all we need to do here, if I get rid of wave 1 time and wave 2 time, I don't think I even need the total time, to be honest. Because the time here, oh no, we'll leave that one. We won't mess with that. We'll keep that there. Total time. So in here, all we need to do is say we need to say, is the current wave greater than 1? So if the current wave is higher than 1, so, you know, could be 2, could be 3, 4, 5. If that's the condition and true, then we would do the wave time minus delta time to display the text. But Right, so basically, player reference the current wave time. If the wave is greater than 1, then we do the maths. If it's not, so if it's below 1, then we get the total time. We get the total time. And we display that one. That should do the job. That should do the job, guys. So if... Oh, that's annoying. It's not snapping to the grid. So if the current wave is 1, get the time and display that in the get time text, which is that one. Get time text, yeah. I can actually say that that isn't a variable. I don't need to have that as a variable. Time panel, score panel. I can rename that to wave time actually. Get wave text, get time text, get wave score text, get wave score text, and then we've got get time text, get time text. Yeah, okay. Right, so if this is true, and if it's greater, what we want to do is we need to get this node here, and we need to say get the total time, get the wave start time, and basically why are they not snapping to grid? That's really annoying. So we're going to say get the total time minus the wave start time. So at the point that the player clicks continue, we're getting the delta time. If I go back to the event graph here, we're setting the wave start time each time the player clicks continue. So, oh, 1 second. So what we're doing is every time the player clicks continue after clearing a wave, we are saying get the time at that point and set that wave start time float to whatever that is. And then in the get time text, we're saying, right, get the total time elapsed and then deduct whatever the wave start time was, and then that should display what we want. Yesterday, this was being a bit of a bastard for me. I'm not even joking, guys. So let's move this down. We'll plug that in there. Yeah. Perfect. Lovely jubbly. Gorgeous. Nice neat code, guys. That's what we like to see. Okay, so can I move that back now? There we go. So now that should, I'm hoping, work. Let's give it a play test. So what we're expecting to see, if I wait until 10 seconds, kill all the enemies. Oh! Okay, we need to display that in string to seconds. Okay, not a problem. Right, not a problem. So, did display it right, but I want it in string to seconds. So we're going to say string to seconds. And then do that. Lovely. Right. It displayed it, but it didn't display it in the format that I wanted, guys. We like seeing the milliseconds. Let's try that again. Right. Oh, I didn't mean to pause it. Sorry. Kill. Okay, right. It's not displaying it how I want it. But let's just try it. Let's see. Let's just see if I can do 10 seconds and just see if it displays that bit. Because so long as the maths is working, that's what I want, okay? So the time at the moment is 27:09. So we're going to let the time elapse to 37:09. And then the time displayed at the top there on the UI should say about 10, okay? Was it 37 I was going for? That's interesting. Why is that not working? For fuck's sake. Oh, this is going to be another headache, isn't it? This is going to be another headache. I think instead of getting the world delta seconds, I think we're going to get the total time. And set that. I think that should do it. And then if I just check the first wave, I think I know why it's not. 634, 634. So, okay. I'm just going to let the time get to 10 seconds. Nine, 10. Okay. Right, so now what we're hoping for is if I was to say 20 seconds, if I was to wait until the timer got to 30 and then killed all the enemies, that figure should show as 20 in the top. So let's test that. So we're waiting until the timer gets to 30. Oh, dude. Why is that not doing the... Right, 1 second, one more test. So if I kill these enemies, just kill one. Right, 4.14. So let's just quickly sort that out. If I just do time seconds to string and just see if that sorts that out. Right, let's see if that now displays that bit correctly. Fingers crossed. Yes, okay. That's displaying that correctly. That's one job done. Okay. And then if I kill, is it going to say 3, 4? No. Right, so for some reason that maths, it's not... How is that not... I think I need to have a debug thing on the... here. I think I'm going to need... If I just put something in here, print string... get the wave start time. And I can delete this out. This is just for testing, just to see, is it actually doing what I need it to do? And then we can try and figure out. Right, we'll let the time get to 10. Right. Now if I click continue, it should say 10:29 top left. Yes, it has. We'll let the time elapse. Right, so it's 22:13. If I click continue, it should now say 22:13 top left. It does. So why the hell is that maths not working? Why is that not... Is it maybe because I'm not setting the wave start time? Let's just see, just out of curiosity. I'm wondering if that's why. Sod it, I'm going to make a new variable. I'm going to call it, wave completion time. Right. I'm just going to see if this does it. I'm just baffled by this. I really am baffled by this. Right. Get the total time minus the wave start time. We know that it's correctly getting the doing that handling of the code, so we know it's doing it. This is the annoying thing, right? So now if I do time seconds to string, plug that in there. Let's see if that will do what we need it to do. I really, really hope it does, guys. Right, so let's get to 10 seconds on the clock. Oh, I was close. Alright, so now if I let that get to 30, then the time here should be about 20. Keep your fingers crossed, guys. Fuck me. I don't understand this. I do not understand. Why is the maths not doing what it needs it to do? I had this problem yesterday. It's really starting to wind me up. I just don't understand. Why is that? They're both floats. They are both floats. This is what I don't understand. Why is that not working? It's soul destroying, this is, guys. How is that getting the total time, deducting the wave start time to calculate how long the wave's taken? Why is that not working? It's simple maths. 2 variables, deduct it, and then... Why did I just get rid of the event graph? Why can I not see the event graph? What have I done there? There we go. Get the wave, get the total score, get the total time, get that. Okay, there's a different way I think I could do this. On the event construct. Right, okay, I'm going to try something different here. This is just getting a bit too much for me. This is getting too much. Right, so let's get rid of the wave completion time. And what we will do is we'll say wave end time. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to have a third sequence coming off of this. Because what's happening with this event construct, every time this is drawn to the screen, it will go through these steps with the code. So if I had I don't know, I can just see this still having the same problem. That's working correctly. If this doesn't work, I'm going to blow a fuse, I swear to God. So we're saying when this is drawn, every time the player clears a wave, and in the enemy manager, if I just go into my enemy manager, it draws the wave clear UI. And that's within the top-down game mode, which is here. Displays the wave clear, right? So we're saying each time this is drawn to HUD, we are getting the total time and we're setting the wave end time float, right? So now, get rid of that nonsense. Get the wave end time. If this doesn't work, I'm just going to lose it. I'm really going to lose it. It's the most simple code. It's simple maths. Two variables, deduct one from the other. Get the wave end time, which would be the greater figure, and then deduct the wave start time, and whatever that output is, the result, display it. Right, let's get to 10 seconds. 8, 9, 10. Right. So now if I let it get to 30, 30 minus the 10 makes 20. We should see 20 or so in there. Okay. Please work. Please work. Or I don't know what I'm going to do. Please, please work. Oh my fucking God, dude. What am I doing wrong? Like, what am I... Seriously, what am I doing wrong? This has got to be a joke. This has got to be a joke. Seriously. Like, seriously, this is pissing me off now. This is really pissing me off. I don't often get angry, but this is frustrating as hell. Look right there, 15. It just did it. It just showed it. It just showed it at the top left. Watch, I'm going to press. Right, you're going to see 30 top left. Look, right there, 30.14. So why is it displaying in the time box? Why is it displaying the end time? If it's greater than 1, if the current wave is greater than 1, we do this path. Wave end time, deduct wave start time. Why is it not working, dude? I'm literally losing hair over this. Right, I'm going to try something different here. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to back up this code. Thanks for the spam view. Would appreciate some help instead of spam. But never mind. Right, we've backed up the code there. I'm going to change this and say equals. If the current wave equals 1, if the current wave equals 1, do that. If the current wave equals 2, do that. I'm so stressed over this. Right. Bro. I don't understand what's gone wrong here, guys. I'm going to try something. This has got to be a joke. This has got to be a joke. Why is this not working? You guys have seen for yourself the code. It's there. It's working. I'm getting the debug to say that the data is. It's really pissing me off. I don't understand this. Get the wave end time minus the wave start time. Like if I switch those around, watch what happens when I do that. Let's just see if it displays the wave start time. It's not displaying it. Okay, so let's, instead of doing that, let's just do that. It's not even displaying it as... Right, so if I killed everything now, it should say the 10, whatever it was. No, it's not even doing that. Fuck's sake. I don't want to waste any more time on this because... What am I doing wrong? What am I doing that's wrong? I'm going to try something crazy here. I'm wondering if it's the total time. I'm going to see what happens if I get rid of those and if I plug in the time. Wave end time minus wave start time. Let's see if plugging in the time into those actually changes anything. I doubt it will. Oh, dude. This is exhausting. Alright, let's go to 30. It should show us 20. Oh. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I do not get it. Why are you not working? All of the code, the print string is telling me that it's correctly logging the data. So why is the maths not displaying it? What? Like if I get rid of this section here, if I just got rid of that and plug that in there, I'm at my wit's end with this. The other option is doing some kind of timer. I don't know what to do with this. I really, really don't know what to do with this. I'm so frustrated with why this isn't working, guys. I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. Why is something as simple as getting two variables, subtracting one from the other, and then displaying that in the text? Why is it not working? Why is it not working? I can't figure it out. The other option I have is to just have two variables on the player. But I still don't think it's going to work. This is how I got around this issue here. I had a completely separate score just for the wave. So the wave specific score is correctly displaying, but the other option is to have wave 1 time, wave 2 time. I know that this is correctly working here. I know that this is being displayed. It's kind of like, do we add something in there to say cast the player, set wave 1 time as this? Like, I don't understand. The other option is on the wave clear, we just have the UI saying total score earned, and then time and total score. I'm just worn out from this. I'm actually exhausted from. It's the simplest maths. Why is it not displaying, dude? Oh, fantastic. Thank you. And now we get the program crash. That's fantastic, isn't it? This is just my day, guys. Oh, this says a lot, doesn't it? This really does say a lot. It says a lot about Unreal, baby. It can't do simple maths. What am I going to do? Am I going to remove the time? And just say score, whatever. And then a plus, maybe. Fuck it, I'm going to do that. I cannot be asked to do this. I'm going to get rid of the wave end time. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm just going to get rid of it, guys. Like... I feel like I've wasted so much time with that, and it's really, I'm really annoyed that the simplest maths, even with the print screen, no, sorry, not the print screen, print string, it's even that is not, it's showing the it's doing what it needs to do. The maths is there. It's working, but for some reason, total score, total time, wave score. Yeah, for some reason, it's just not playing ball. So frustrating, guys. I feel exhausted from that. It's also kind of like, do we need to have this displayed here when it's already displayed there? Oh, that works, doesn't it? That works. I'm going to tick that one off the list. I'm done with that. I am done with that. Right. Add coin and projectiles to multi-shot blueprint. Done that. Okay, right. So I'm going to leave that as it is. I'm just at a loss. I'm still puzzled as to why that simple code wasn't displaying. It's just. It's just debilitating a bit, you know. Why I'm still, you know, still puzzled with it. I'm still really it's winding me up that I can't put my finger on it. But the UI does what I need it to do. It displays the wave, it displays the score for the wave, total score, total time. So I guess I was just trying to fine tune, you know, how I like to have the data broken down for the player. You know, it's nice to see the breakdown. Players like that. A lot of players like seeing the statistics. You know, stuff could be added on there for like enemies killed, power-ups collected. There's lots of data that you can show there, but you don't want it to be too much. Keep it short and sweet. Right, I'm going to close the wave clear, and what I would like to do, if I just open up the top-down map, save all. Right, so that's going to be playing on my mind. You know that will play on my mind, trying to figure out why it wasn't working. Right, so we need to do an explosion for the bomb. So at the moment, is there even a sound effect for when the bomb goes off? Because at the moment, if I go, that's for the widget. I don't think I need to actually be in this one. This is for the bomb. If I go into the eyeball, when the eyeball Yeah, so at the moment we haven't got the bomb. If the bomb hits the eyeball, we need to add the sound effect in there. So let's just copy, so cast a BP projectile. So if the bomb hits that, we destroy those. Right, so we need to add the sound effect, and that needs to happen before we destroy the actor. So let's just add that in. So before we destroy the actor, so I'm going to just move this bit along. Spawn the sound. To be fair, I could probably just move these down. Right, let's just check that the bomb is probably going to spawn a ton. Dude! That's a lot of boom! Let's try that again. Oh, I missed it, dude. Okay. Hold on. Group job. So I need to make sure on next wave set all booleans to 0. So previous wave power-ups and perks aren't present. It's not really a bug fix, it's more just a coding thing. High scores, add visual effects explosions. So destroy bomb if it hits the boundary. At the moment, let me just, if a power up is missed, does it get destroyed? We can tell this by the shadow. Let me just go to the pickups. Right, so at the moment, there's nothing in the code there to stop those pickups from, they're technically still going. The only thing that destroys them is when we overlap with them here. So if the player overlaps with them, we destroy them. But what we need to do is we need to have it so in the event all the 1 second. Sorry, there's lots of little things I'm doing at the moment. Right, so in here we need to add the effect, the visual effects. We need to make sure that these, if they overlap, we just destroy it. So make it so destroy any power-ups that are missed and hit boundary. Okay, so we need to say what is the boundary? The boundary, it's all the same thing, isn't it? It's all of those boundaries is BP boundary left. So we need to say in the event, I don't know why I've called it BP boundary left, to be honest. It could just be called BP boundary. Let's just rename that to BP boundary. That, for some reason, why did that not, on the outliner, BP boundary. Because they were originally saying BP boundary left for some reason. If we go into the enemy manager, boundary right, boundary left, boundary right, boundary left. Okay. Okay, right. Right, let's close that. So what we need to do for... Right, if we open up at the moment, the power-ups, let's just get rid of that for the second. if we just get up the 3 power-ups, so I've got the bomb, multi-shot and the piercing at the moment. So we're just going to add a simple thing here and say begin overlap. So if this overlaps with boundary, in the event it begins overlap with boundary, we just destroy actor self. So if I just do a print string as well, just to say like power up destroyed. Just so we know for peace of mind that it has been destroyed. And if I just copy that and paste that in there for the each power up, because at the moment we've only got 3 power ups in the game. So what happens in here as well? Component begin overlap. So if that overlaps with a thingy, we do that. But if the bomb hits, if it hits the boundary, we need to have something in there for if it hits the boundary. So we'll do the same. So BP, right, so if I go into here and just say in the event this overlaps with the boundary, we destroy it. So let's just check there, guys. So what should happen is all of the power-ups should destroy if they hit the boundary. So if we miss picking up a power-up, they should destroy themselves. If the bomb is thrown and it doesn't hit any enemies, then yeah. So let's just test this. So what we're expecting is power-ups that are missed will get destroyed. Yep, that's working. Excellent. That was a nice easy fix. Bro, what are the chances of missing that? Oh, dude. My aim is terrible. Let's go for the finale. Okay. Okay, so that's working. So if I just add in a thing here to say EF. right, so what I've done is I've added code, so if player misses a power-up, power-ups are destroyed on collision with boundary. If player throws bomb and misses an enemy, added code to destroy bomb if it hits the boundary. Okay, so I'm gonna just that's good. Nice and straightforward. If the bomb misses an enemy and hits the boundary, it's destroyed. Save that. Get rid of that print string, that print string, that print string. And we're just going to say if player doesn't collect power up and power up hits the boundary, it is destroyed. I'll just copy that. So that's the piercing one done. So if I just close that and reopen that. So if the player doesn't collect the power up and power up hits the boundary, it is destroyed. We just check those. So for the bomb, for the multi-shot, for the piercing shot, and then the actual bomb itself, if it misses an enemy and hits the boundary, it's destroyed. So destroy bomb if it hits the boundary is done. Destroy any power-ups that are missed and hit the boundary, done. We need to make it so the projectiles if they hit we need to allow the projectiles to pass through the power-ups. Just check my sugars, guys. Right. So another kind of bug fixing is to make sure that we clear all instances of projectiles and power up drops on wave clear. That's actually fairly easy to do. So at the point that the I think it's in the enemy manager. So on wave clear, get all actors. If that's 0, then we display the wave clear. At the same time, we also want to, if that's true, we spawn the same wave clear, and then we want to clear all projectile instances and power-ups because they shouldn't remain. Okay, I might just quickly add that in there. So maybe on the display wave clear, if I go to top-down game mode, I guess if I added it in there, it would make sense to have something in here like custom functions. So clear, we'll do custom event. And we'll have it, we'll call it clear wipe projectiles power-ups. So it's basically we're going to be clearing any instances. So what we're going to do is we're going to get all actors of class. This is going to be projectile. So no one's coded the enemy projectiles yet. So we're going to say BP projectile. So we're getting all actors of class. So this is what the player creates, yeah? So if I go into the projectiles here, BP projectile is the player projectiles. So in the event the wave's cleared, if the player has fired any projectiles, we're going to destroy those, okay? We're going to destroy actor. So we destroy all instances of that. And then we're going to do the same. Actually, we could have this as a sequence. It might be better to have this as a sequence because there's going to be multiple. So if I just what have we got? Power-ups. So this is going to be clearing all instances of the projectiles and power-ups that have dropped. So at the moment we've only got 3 other ones. So we're going to do pick up bomb. So this will be bomb pickup. I mean, we might as well have that if there was if there was one that was created. So what we're saying there, guys, is we're going to be getting all actors so we're going to be destroying any projectiles on wave clear. Oh, right, okay. Okay, that was pretty pointless then. Okay. So we need to call. Right, so what this is doing, white projectiles power-ups. So this needs to happen when the wave's cleared. So we're basically destroying any instances of projectiles, any bombs that have been thrown, and any power-ups. So basically, at the moment, if this wasn't in place, then what happens is when the wave's cleared and we create the new wave, if there are any power-ups from the first wave, they carry on to the next, like they're still there. So this code will basically eliminate it, so it's all fresh, because you wouldn't want any power-up drops to carry on to the next wave. You'd want a clean slate. So essentially that's what this is doing. So I'm just going to comment on that and say when a wave is cleared, when a wave of enemies is cleared, destroys any instances of projectiles and power-ups, so next wave is a clean slate. Perfect. Nice clear comment in there just to explain what that's doing. I like to give red to represent like just destroying stuff. So what we will do is we will make sure that that code we'll make sure that that function is called. So why is that done that? There we go. Bro, I don't understand why oh, it's so annoying. Okay. Right, so that is done. Save all. Right, so now what we need to do is call that function. So in the enemy manager, we're going to call the function for wipe projectiles there and there. Okay, so if I just test this, if I basically just killed a load of things and killed all the enemies, what should happen is it's destroyed. Yeah. That's a bit strange. Okay, so straight off I notice a problem there. Because we've destroyed the instances, we haven't, it's causing a problem which is to do with the projectile. We need to basically also, you see what's happening when the projectile overlaps. We need to basically say it hasn't, the only time that this whole function here providing has a projectile fired, we need to set that to, we need to set the boolean in the in the player character. Actually, yeah, let's have it in there actually, because it's tied into the projectile. So what we need to do here is say, because at the moment, guys, if I just show you again what happened there, if I destroy the projectile, the boolean is still saying, you know, we can't fire. So you can see at the moment I can't fire. So we need to cast top down character, and this is going to be get player controller, I believe. Oh no, actually. There we go. And then set there we go. So we're saying projectile hasn't fired. So they will be able to fire when it's the next wave. So now if we test that, oh, hold on, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's that saying? Is already you don't need to cast to. Oh, okay, perfect. All right, so let's just do that then. Perfect. Right, so now what should happen, if I just kill a load of enemies, get a power up to spawn, and then do that, that power up that you can see there is going to get destroyed, and that projectile's also going to get destroyed. So if I click continue, new slate, and I can't fire. What the hell? Bro. What? What have I done there? So wipe all the projectiles, done that, and then we get the length. If the length equals 0, which means they're all non-existent, let's see if that sorts that out, shall we? Bro, why are you not letting me shoot, dude? Is that because... Oh, fuck. I've got an easy way of doing this. I have a much easier way of doing this. Much easier way of doing this instead of that nonsense. Instead of doing that all through there, let's just go to the UI wave clear. When the player clicks that button, why does that not look like it's... There we go. Right, so what that should do now is that should work, hopefully. I bloody hope so. Oh, fuck me. Yay! Success! It worked. Perfect. Okay. It works, guys. We've sorted it out. Okay, so I just need to add that into there. So Okay. Clear all instances of projectiles and power drops on. Clear all instances of projectiles and power-up drops. So clear all instances. Clear all instances of projectiles and power-up drops on wave clear. Right, so I just need to quickly go into the top-down game mode because we need to add one more section here, which is going to be for enemy projectiles. What I might actually do I'm actually going to shift these around because this whole section here, this section here is to do with the pickup instances, so the drops. This is the item of the bomb, and this is to do with the projectiles. I don't want to have an enemy projectile beneath the pickups. I'd rather have all the projectile instances together, the bomb instances together, and then the power-up instances together. It makes sense to keep it all structured and, you know, just together. Right, so now we can plug that all in. Right, so if I just test that. Perfect, baby! Yes! Coded. Player projectile. Enemy projectile. Boom. Okay. I'm going to stop for a break though, guys. I've sorted out the wave UI clear. I did that. That's all done. So the wave clear information. That does what I need it to do. Yeah. That all works. Everything works. We have done the wave UI clear. I didn't get round to doing the high score feature. That's a whole new kettle of fish in itself. The visual effects for the bomb explosion I didn't get round to doing. I did want to do that. I might do that off stream. You've seen me do the Niagara effects for the player projectile. It's just going to be something simple like that. I thought it would be quite cool to have, if possible, like some kind of expanding, I don't know, just like a circular radius effect really. you know, like some kind of pulse effect, but it needs to be instant. So it's kind of like, yeah, I know how to do it. I'll probably do that off stream. I mean, it would be cool to show it being done on stream. So I have got a meeting in an hour's time. So what I might do instead is just maybe save that for the next live stream. It'd be cool to show you guys that being done, because anyone that's not used the Niagara effect system, I might find it interesting, might benefit people. So I'll save that for the next live stream. But there's been quite a lot that's been done today. So I think this has been like 2 separate streams. The first one was, yeah, I think I was. To be honest, I don't know where the time's gone. So yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, guys, give us a follow. If you enjoyed it, you want to stay up to date. If you want to watch back some previous game dev streams, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find the link in the panel below. I post all of the game dev streams there, so they're kind of archived, and you can find something you want to watch back. Thanks for joining me today. I will be back in a few hours' time, probably say 2.5 hours time. Call it 3 hours time. And I will be attempting to tackle the high scores. So that's going to be fun. So yeah, I will see you then, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. See you in the next stream. Ciao.